Welcome back. Thank you so much for watching my last video. I hope you've enjoyed it and thank you for subscribing to my channel. It's the 20th of March and it is the spring equinox. That means it is officially spring, which is a very exciting time as a beekeeper. It's a fantastic time for the bees. They're out collecting pollen on all sorts of things this time of year, but also what's going on around us. Just have a look this weekend. We have crows nesting high up in the trees, hopefully saying that it's going to be a wonderful summer ahead. Your local blackbirds trying to gain their territory. Robins making nests in random places. And of course the bees are awakening for their winter slumber. My name's Dom. This is Bridie. My new videographer, but of course my partner. And we are the Buzzing Sailor. So please hit subscribe. Okay, so today I'm at my Harnham apiary with some of my bees and I'm going to do my final winter check of the year. I'm not going to go into the hives, I'm not going to dig through all the frames which I would do in a normal season, or in a summer season should I say. What I'm going to do is check for damage on the outside, so I can see by this one it's actually quite an old brood box, so I need to replace this one at some point. I'm also going to check the floors, so the floor is this part of the hive here and it goes right the way back. I'm going to also clear out where all their debris goes, which obviously we don't really want in there at the moment, and also clean out any dead bees. Being March, the bees in the colony are very old, so a lot are dying, and so there will be some on the floor. The old bees in here were born probably last autumn. They go through the winter to keep the colony warm. Some beekeepers will remove a mouse guard, which normally goes on the front to protect mouse. I've always got my gate in, so a mouse isn't going to get in there. I am going to have a cheeky look inside. I'm going to pop the crown board just to see what we've got inside in regards to size. And that's quite important because it also helps with my planning for the year. I need to decide if I'm going to split them before they decide to swarm later in April and early May. So it's a case of making sure that I'm planning ahead. I don't want to disturb the bees too much because March is a critical time. Food source outside the hive, or pollen and nectar should I say, is obviously limited still. We're still waiting for those big spring flows. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to heft the hives. This is you need to have a lot of experience as a beekeeper hefting hives because you need to know the weights. As a beginner, it's something that you learn over a season. When you feed them in late autumn, they're at their heaviest because they've got lots of food on board. This time of year they've got a lot less, but we need to make sure that they've got enough just to get them through the next few weeks. This being an old brood box, I also need to check for pest damage or storm damage too. They've had a hard winter. Woody the woodpecker likes to knock holes in these and try and get to the grubs, so I need to make sure that this is not happening. I need to repair anything that's been damaged prior to my arrival. I've actually got a roof just here in this picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the wood underneath and then refelt it. March is a very critical time for the bees. The temperatures are drastic. 1 minute it's 15 or 13.5 degrees today. It could go up to even higher. The next minute it's -1 and it might stay there for a long period of time. So these girls flying out now, got to make the most of this warm weather we're having. In the colony at the moment, the queen has started laying a lot more eggs than what she was 2 months ago. She has to build up for spring, but I need to express this more than anything. I am not going through the hive at the moment. I leave them until at least the last week of March, which is obviously coming up quite soon, or even into early April. Okay, so I've already smoked these bees. I haven't put too much in there. I don't want them to start gorging on food, which they do when you smoke them. But what I want to do is just calm them down a little bit, and that's what smoke is used for. This is the roof. Underneath we've got the brood box, and then this is the floor. So this part here's the floor. I'm going to put my hive tool just in here so I can just crack it. Okay, if you listen you might be able to hear the propolis crack if I can get the hive tool in. Okay, right, the hive tool's in, it's actually cracked really well. What I'm going to do is move this brood box to here. Don't know if you can see it, but you should be able to now. I'm going to put them there so that the bees can get out still, but I just want to clean the board off. So a little bit of smoke underneath. And then gently move the bees across. Got two handles on the side. Okay. So this has now been moved across, and what you can see is some bees trying to get back into their colony, but their colony is now here. Actually, their floor is very, very clean, and they've done an amazing job. They have got a tray just here, and I'm just going to pull this out to show you, and you can see all their waste. And this section here, I can see where the bees are or have been in this time of year. So what I'm going to do is just clean this off out of the grass, like so. Put it back in. Of course, heat rises, so most of their heat is trapped in here, keeping them warm. Excess heat loss from going through the hive could kill them in, over the next couple of weeks before I do the spring inspection. So I'm going to move these guys back now. I'm going to put a little bit of smoke under there. Don't want to upset them too much. Try and do it. They're quite heavy because they've got a lot of food on board still. Hopefully that didn't upset them too much. Just checking around the sides of it, making sure there's no holes. Okay, next task, I'm going to show you inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the crown board. So the crown board is this part here from the brood box up. But what I'm going to do is just pop this off. So what I'm going to do here is just pop this off here, put my hive tool under, crack it in each corner, and just lift this off. So I'm going to, it's quite heavy because of the food on top. So I'm going to just put my hive there and gently lift her up. There you are. Hopefully you can see that. Quite calm really. You got one flying at me, but I'll close these up now to keep that heat in. Okay, with all these bees working really, really hard, let's see what pollen and nectar's out there. Let's see what buds are coming through, just like I did in the first video. Highly recommend to all new beekeepers out there, don't go in your hives too early. I've had many phone calls saying, is it too early to go in? I've gone into my hives. Look, they need the energy to create the heat. The less energy that they use, the more they can collect outside the, more food they can collect outside of the hive and support their colony through to the spring. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit subscribe. plenty more videos throughout the year about beekeeping, and also the introduction of some videos about sailing too, and also how I'm going to put those together. I know you're probably thinking bees don't work on a boat, but I'm pretty sure I've got an idea how.